Here's to the first prospect report of 2019. Sorry it's been a couple of weeks, I've been on World Juniors coverage at raw charge. Now that it's over, yes, I'm still in withdrawal, these should start becoming more frequent. I am so glad no more leagues are on holiday breaks. There were a couple of surprising performances by Avalanche prospects over the last 3 weeks, and of course I did do some World Juniors analysis for the 3 prospects who played at the tournament. Ontario Hockey League. He also racked up 6 penalty minutes and averaged 52% in the face-off circle. The old trade frenzy in full swing, the Bulldogs traded Saijin to the Oshawa Generals. Tom wrote a thing on the trade yesterday. The addition of Saijin gives the Generals a veteran scorer that can fill the void created by trading away their captain Stadniska. Oshawa has done an interesting job this week of selling for the future, while maintaining a team that can easily win a round or 2 in the OL playoffs this season. Mile High Hockey. Saijin amassed 194 points in 214 games with the Bulldogs, including 18 goals in 21 games during Hamilton's run to the Memorial Cup last spring. Hopefully, he can find the same success in Oshawa that he did in Hamilton. Colorado Avalanche prospect Brandon Saijin traded in the OL Western Hockey League. In 6 games played with the Hurricanes, Henry had 2 goals and 13 points. Henry was named the 3rd star of the night in the WHL on December 29 for his 5-point performance against Kootenay. Henry sits 5th in WHL scoring with 62 points in 40 games, 1 spot behind Brett Leeson, who did play for Canada at the World Juniors. The Hurricanes are 3rd in the Eastern Conference and 1st in their division, which puts them in a pretty good spot when it comes time for the playoffs. NCAA. However, he did put up 7 shots on goal and was a 2 in those games, where UMass went 1-2-1. Plus, there was this great 45-second shift against American Invitational. Makar looks like he's going to pick up right where he left off before the break. It's a shame he was too old to play at the World Juniors. Canada could have used him. Makar has 20 points in 18 games with the Minutemen as Massachusetts pushes for a national championship. Bowers went pointless. During the break, though, Bowers joined Team Canada at the World Juniors, where he played 5 games as Canada was eliminated in the quarterfinals. Bowers finished the tournament with 2 assists, against Denmark and Switzerland, 4 penalty minutes, and averaged 14.24 of ice time per game. He played a 4th-line role with Canada, but saw his ice time jump over 18 minutes in the quarterfinal against Finland. Obviously it wasn't the result he and his teammates were looking for, but I didn't think he ever played badly. World Juniors statistics versus Den 1A 1 1341 0 PIMVs. Sway 1A 1 1102 2 PIMVs. CZE 0 PTS -1 1621 0 PIMVs. Rust 0 PTS 0 1236 2 PIMVs. Finn 0 PTS -1 1823 0 PIM. I had no idea outdoor games were a thing in the NCAA, but the photos on Twitter looked cool. Morrison went pointless against the Eagles, but scored Notre Dame's first goal on the power play against the Wolverines. Here's Morrison's deflection. He was on the ice for 2 goals against, but he now has 7 goals and 13 points in 16 games on the season now. Hopefully he's starting to heat up. Even though there were zeros across his stat line, he wasn't on the ice for any of the Wolverines' goals, which is good. I don't really have anything else to say, but the Notre Dame team's Twitter account was all over the outdoor spectacle, so here are some interesting tweets. Hopefully he gets in against Minnesota on Friday. In fact, he was actually cut mid-tournament as Finland whittled their roster down to 23 skaters. On one hand, your country won. On the other, they really didn't need you at all. Maybe that was a little harsh. But the good news is that the Gophers got Brenta back in time for their second half of a back-to-back against Ferris State. In the 3 games that Brenta has played since returning from Victoria, he had 1 assist, and put up 6 shots on goal. He assisted on the opening goal against Penn State the first half of a back-to-back, and now has 8 points in 18 games this season. Smirnov was great in Penn State's first game against Minnesota, scoring a goal and finishing with 4 shots and a 2. He was a little quieter the next night, 2 shots, -2. I couldn't find a GIF or video of the goal, but I'll include this because it made me smile. I totally lied. I found this seconds later. You can also see Smirnov creating havoc in front of the net on Penn State's second goal. Smirnov's goal was the third, and I suppose congratulations are in order because Penn State had 2 players take home medals at the World Juniors. Arne Talviti won gold with Finland, and Evan Barrett took silver with the United States. That's pretty awesome. Weiss had 2 shots on goal in the first game, a season high, but that was as close as he got to contributing offensively. He scored a shorthanded goal against the Czech Republic, which turned out to be the game winner. Nikolai Kovalenko scores Russia's second shorthanded goal of the night but then trips into the end boards hard. He needed help off the ice. Minutes ago, he was hit hard by Mate Pecker. It wasn't the only big hit he took against the Czechs, either. Kovalenko played 18-19 in the game against the Czechs, and was named player of the game, but his ice time dipped significantly after he was injured. He wasn't able to play against the Swiss in Russia's next game, and he only played less than 10 minutes against Canada. He contributed 2 assists in the quarterfinal against Slovakia, but it was more than that. He was hard on the forecheck despite battling injury, and always looked dangerous in the offensive zone. Kovalenko might not have contributed as much offensively, but he was able to help bring a bronze home for Russia. World Juniors statistics, versus. Then, 0 PTS, 1, 10-02, 12 PIMVs. CZE, 1G, 1, 18-19, 2 PIMVs. Sway, did not plays. Can, 0 PTS, -1, 906, 0 PIMVs. SVK, 2A, 2, 1256, 0 PIMVs. USA, 0 PTS, -1, 1420, 4 PIMVs. Sway, 0 PTS, -1, 1137, 0 PIM. It was kind of all over the place. Zuravlyev only had 1 assist, strangely, against Slovakia, and I didn't notice him that often on the ice. But for the role he was asked to play, not being noticed all that often is probably a good thing. Zuravlyev has an opportunity to return for next year's tournament, and hopefully be given a larger role. World Juniors statistics, versus. Then, 0 PTS, 0, 2007, 0 PIMVs. CZE, 0 PTS, 1, 1536, 2 PIMVs. Sway, 0 PTS, -3, 1950, 0 PIMVs. Can, 0 PTS, -1, 1654, 0 PIMVs. SVK, 1A, 1, 1152, 0 PIMVs. USA, 0 PTS, 0, 1338, 0 PIMVs. Sway, 0 PTS, 1, 1719, 0 PIM. Olhaver only tallied 1 assist in that span, and now has 7 points in 33 games this season. In the last prospect report, Tingsryd's had climbed up to 5th last in the league. Unfortunately, their subpar stretch has seen them fall back to 2nd last in Allsvenskan, but they're still 23 points up on the last place team in the league.